Hello, welcome to How to Get What Every Golfer Wants. So, first things first, who am I? My name is Chris Pickard. I am not a golf expert. What I am is a health and performance expert, especially in the world of, performance, sports athletics, and prevention of all of the problems that stop you getting on with what you want to do. And I've got all this information and knowledge through over 20 years of experience, but more than that, studying people who work with elite athletes, mainly in America. It's Olympic athletes, top basketball players, football players, American football players, wrestlers in America, and also a lot of American golfing stars as well. And I've learned from these people, and the things that they do is they help really terminally sick people turn around terminal illnesses that no one else is able to do via means and methods that I share with my patients. But also they take these same things and they apply them to elite level athletes. Or rather, what they've done is they've taken what they apply to elite level athletes and that helps improve their performance, and they've given it to sick people and it improves their performance as well. So regardless of your age and your ability at the moment, this is going to help you. So, what is it that golfers really, really want? Or what are some of the things that golfers really, really want? Now, when I do this talk, I often, from the crowd, I'll get all kinds of answers like better handicap, better swing, better drive, more accuracy, better putting. But the thing that really hits the nail on the head, and it's not just for golfers, it's for everyone, is they want more time to do the things they want to do. So in your case, you want more time to play golf. Now, while I cannot give you more days per week to play golf, this is up to your scheduling, your lifestyle, your bank account, your family. But what I can do is, if you follow through on the recommendations and ideas that I'm going to give you, I can help decrease injury rates so that you're less likely to get injured so you can play golf. But also I can help you live a longer and healthier life so you will potentially have more years to play the golf and to follow the passions and pursuits that you want to. I can keep you on the golf course when you want to get there. So how do we do this? Well, first of all, let's identify some of the common problems that golfers face. Well, the obvious one is golfer's elbow, even though more golfers get tennis elbow than golfer's elbow. And it's often down to poor technique. So if you get your technique fixed, that should go away. But if it keeps on coming back, there's another problem, which we'll get to. Other common problems for golfers: back problems, neck problems, shoulder problems, knee problems, hip problems. These are all injuries that if they keep on coming up, they keep on coming, or they never go away, it tells us there's some deep-rooted problems. And it's not the injury that's the problem, it's the reason you're getting them is the problem. And it's not just because you're playing golf, because there are plenty of golfers who are not getting these recurrent problems. Or they're not getting the same recurrent problem you are, but they are getting another recurrent problem. What are some other things that will stop you playing golf as you get older? Arthritis, obesity, heart disease, diabetes. These are all things that can slow you down and stop you playing the amount of golf that you want to. And the common link between these chronic diseases and all these supposedly injury-related diseases is that they're all to do with two things. They're to do with imbalances and inflammation. Inflammation is at the heart of golf's elbow. Inflammation is at the heart of diabetes and arthritis, and even more serious diseases like cancer as well. And if you can get imbalance and inflammation under control, then you're going to have less injuries, you're going to have less disease, you're going to enjoy better, more quality golf more often and for many, many more years than people who are not addressing imbalance and inflammation. So how do we address these? Well, we address these by, first of all, addressing the two biggest mistakes that golfers make, and that is not warming up, and that's putting in the wrong type of fuel in your body. The third or second thing that we need to really look at is eliminating the major cause of inflammation that doesn't just affect golfers, it also affects your spouses, it affects your parents, it affects your children, and it will affect your grandchildren if you don't already have any. And that is toxic exposure. Now, inflammation is caused by toxins, and toxins, according to the World Health Organization, cause 1/4 of all early preventable deaths. And there are ways to, and we're not just talking about cigarette smoke and alcohol. We're talking about things that you're not even aware that are going into your body. Now, I'm not going to go into all of these at the moment, but I am going to get back to how you help fight these things. So let's tackle imbalance first of all. Now, the biggest imbalance is the fact that golf is pretty much, it's a swing in one direction. And how many of you actually practice swing in the opposite direction? Now, as absurd as it may seem, that is one of the biggest fixes for so many problems that golfers face. It's just imagine if you go to the gym, okay, and you just work out your left arm and your left leg. Sorry, you can't see it. And that's all you do. You just pick up weights with your left arm, you just press with your left leg. You're going to have severe imbalances. You're going to have problems. Of course you are. This is why you need to work on your reverse swing. You need to practice it. You don't have to hit a golf ball. It does help if you do want to hit a golf ball, it's good to actually get if you're right-handed, get a left-handed club. And it's really good just to practice that before you go out and play golf, because what it also does is it helps clear your nervous system. It helps reset it a little bit, especially if you're finding you're a little bit off and you keep on practicing and you're not quite there. What you want to do is just practice some golf swings the other way. Okay, make it so it's completely foreign and weird to you, and it means when you go back to swinging the right way, it's going to feel a lot more easy, a lot more smooth. But you must practice your golf swing in the reverse direction from how you play, because otherwise you're just going to cause massive imbalance. Now, for a lot of people, that imbalance has already gone a long way too far, and this is why 72% of professional golfers in America see chiropractors or other spinal specialists to actually look at their spine, unlock it, get it moving freely in all directions. So if you do have recurrent problems, if you've never seen a chiropractor or an osteopath and you've been playing golf for years, or another spinal specialist, then come and see one. I mean, yes, we are spinal specialists, which is how I got into health in the first place, and we can have a look at you if you want to come here. But there are probably people very close to you that can help you out just as well as I can. So, imbalance. Now, there are also imbalances in nutrition as well. That's something that we deal with at the clinic. Now, the next thing, though, as I said, is inflammation. Now, what causes inflammation? Inflammation is caused by lots of different things. It's caused by wear and tear all in the wrong direction and imbalances. It's caused by not eating enough of the right things that quell inflammation in your body. It's also caused by eating too many of the wrong things that cause inflammation in your body. But the number one thing that I want everyone to become aware of is basically toxins. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, we're going to take a journey back to Victorian times. Now, if I was to ask you what is the average lifespan of someone today, you might come up with a figure between 70, 75, 80, 85. And in the UK, it's about 80, 82 at the moment. If I was to ask you what is the healthy lifespan of someone in the UK, that's the number of years that they live without a chronic disease. The actual answer to that is far less. It's about 60. So that means most people live with some kind of chronic disease for 20 years. Just think about that. 20 years of chronic disease. What happened with Victorians? Well, with the Victorians, their average life expectancy at birth is far, far lower than ours. And that's because childhood mortality was so high. So many children were dying from infections because of the poor sewers. No sewage, basically, no sewers. So there was loads of horrible toxins, and so disease was rife and easy to spread, lots of rats, all just uncleanliness. Once sewers were introduced, death rates went down dramatically, and a few other advances in medicine as well. But mainly sewers were the biggest answer. But if a Victorian got to the age of 5, their life expectancy is pretty much the same as ours is today. And do you know what their healthy life expectancy was if they got to the age of 5? It's about the same as their life expectancy. It would only really be the last couple of years that they'd start having chronic health problems. And the reason for this is, if they could survive their first 5 years, the nutrients that it was in a Victorian diet was 10 to 20 times more dense than the nutrients that we get in today's diet. The variation of nutrients was far, far higher. The average good diet today contains no more than about 5 portions of fresh fruits and vegetables every day. It needs to be, according to Harvard, 10, 12, 15 to 18 a day. And that's if you're stress-free, you don't exercise, and you're not exposed to lots of toxins. But more than the 10 to 15 to 18 needed every day, it's the variety as well. Most good diets only contain about 30, maybe at the extreme 40 different kinds of plant matter throughout the year. And the thing about plant matter, plant nutrients, is that they decrease cancer more than anything else. Plant nutrients block cancer at every single stage of its progress. There are 67 steps. And plant nutrients block, or at least slow down, every single one of them. But the problem is most people aren't eating the same variety of plant nutrients that our Victorian forebearers were. They had over 100 to 150 different types of plant nutrients throughout the year. So one of the best things you can do is increase the amount of plant nutrients you're taking. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to take what I use in my clinic, and this is what is used in America for the elite athletes there, something called dynamic greens, which is basically just a powder made from 40 different superfoods, and they come in various different flavors like strawberry and kiwi and berry and chocolate, and you just put it in water and you drink it. And the great thing is this is one of the best sports drinks as well, because it's just made from fruits and vegetables. There's nothing toxic, there's nothing weird in it, and you can put it in your water bottle, have it while you're going around playing a round of golf. So that's the right fuel for when you're playing golf. Okay, we're going to get to warm up soon. So what's this behind me? Now, it may look a little bit like a golf ball, and it may look like some kind of diagram to help you hit the golf ball further, but it's not. This is actually a cell. Okay, and a cell is very much like a golf ball in many ways. Okay, there's an outer surface that's different from the inner side. Okay, and it needs a couple of things in and something out. Okay. Just like a golf ball, a cell needs purpose. It needs to be told what to do. Well, a golf ball's purpose is to get into the hole, and it's driven by you. Okay, the golf ball is driven by a nervous system, or the cell is driven by the nervous system. The nervous system has to tell it what to do, and so that's where, again, getting your spine in alignment, making sure it's checked, making sure the nerves are firing from the spine is vital for your cellular health. It also needs the right nutrients going into. A lot of them it's to do with plant nutrients, as you covered. The other thing, which I've mentioned earlier, is toxins. A cell has to be able to get rid of toxins. If it can't get rid of toxins, it gets inflamed, it gets sick, it dies, it causes golfer's elbow, it causes neck problems, it causes back problems, it causes obesity, heart disease, cancer, the list goes on. So what can you do to help your body get rid of toxins? Well, one of the other things that we use, and again the elite athletes in America are using, is drinks laced with a Chinese medicinal herb called Ganoderma lucidum. And what this does is, not only does it help bring more nutrition to the cells and more oxygen, it also helps bring down inflammation by a number of pathways. One of them is it helps improve cellular detoxification. It helps your liver and your kidneys get rid of toxins. And if you're at one of our talks, you would have been served some of our healthy teas and coffees with Ganoderma in, and that's one of the best ways to start your round of golf. Again, right fuel, but also starting every day with something that helps detoxify your body. Now, these are just 2 simple things to do. The warm-up procedures, I'll put in some videos below. But what we also need to talk about is tests. Okay, can you actually test to see if your body is toxic and if it's inflamed? Yes, you can. There is an eye test. that you can do to see how toxic you are. There are all kinds of other more expensive tests you can do, but a simple eye test that's free to do online is one of the best things to do. And if you want us to analyse the results for you, then there is a fee. There are things we can do for that as well for you. But this the eye test, it's been found to correlate very well with toxins, molds, nutritional deficiencies. It's really worth doing. I'll put a link here for you to go and do the eye test. The other thing, to see if your cells are actually inflamed, to see if your cells are actually breaking down, is a cellular inflammation test, which is a urine test. We do this in the clinic. We can actually send you the test out to do yourself. It's very simple. So if that interests you, let us know, and you can either come into the clinic or we can send a test kit out to you. Okay, be well, enjoy your golf, and make sure you look at the videos that are on, hopefully, this page, and look at the videos with some of the warm-up exercises to do. Be well.